just one of those days when you don't wanna wake up. Everything is fine, everybody's done. You don't really know why, but you end up to find no human contact. If you interact, you like on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. Stop tease and bullshit. I think you better quit, but it can't slip. Stop tease and bullshit. I think you better quit talking that shit. Just one of those things. You only a freight train. It's first one to complain, lead to a blessing. Yeah, right, I'm a maniac. Everyone's your bad. That nigga's sucker, just like us. Next line and fucked up. Best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. Stop tease and bullshit. I think you better quit, but it can't slip. Stop tease and bullshit.
Hey, I'm Lisa Melchert with Front Row Promotions, where we do interviews and much, much more. Come join us on Facebook, Front Row Promotions Group. Don't forget to follow us on the Front Row Promotions page. Subscribe and hit that bell. Like and leave a comment. Now, we love you at Front Row Promotions. We're always honored to have you here. Without you, we have no one to interview. That's why you roll. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Madness of the Mad Shed channel on YouTube. Now, the Mad Shed,
The Mad Shed!
the Mad Shed,
The Mad Shed!
the Mad Shed channel rules. Hey, this is Lisa Melchert from Front Row Promotions, representing the Mad Chat channel on YouTube. So subscribe now to the Madness of the Mad Chat channel. He sponsors us with Front Row Promotions and people around the world. And don't you forget to subscribe to Front Row Promotions for interviews and much, much more. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Lisa Melchert here. How are you doing today on a rainy day? Oh my goodness, it's just so crazy. But you know what? It's always sunshine here. Aha! All right. Let's get ready for this amazing, amazing show. I'm so excited. We have Antoine in the back in the green room, and we're going to pull him out just in a minute. And his band is called MikhMakh. Love it. Guess where he's from? You'll find out in a few minutes. 1 minute to go. Yay, let's do this.
Hungover, nails being sober, back to being a failure again. Sigh and grumble, my body crumbles when I try to stand up. Look at myself in the mirror, and all I feel is horror. For my disgrace, my mouth's so dry that I can't even spit in my face. Wonder how life would be if I didn't hate myself. I tasted of decay, want to run away. My head is in disarray, doomsday, played on replay. The railway is never too far away.
Yes, how about that? I love it. And wait till you hear what else I have to play. Let's pull Antoine out of the green room, shall we? Yes, here he is. Here he is. Hey, hey,
Hello.
hi. Welcome to the show. I'm so
Thank
excited.
you.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing
That
great.
that's great. So I said I would tell everybody where you're from. So you go ahead and tell them where you're at.
Well, I'm 20 minutes away from Gothenburg, Sweden, but I am French. So that's,
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love your accent, you know, all the whole thing.
thank
And
you.
you're welcome. And your band is called MikhMakh.
Exactly.
Okay. So if, I'm always that's my first question how I start the show. I have to know like how that name originate. How did it come about?
Well, my surname is Mikhtarian, and MikhMakh in French would mean like a mishmash in English. Like if you're what do you say? If you haven't like done your homework or whatever, and you're sitting in your bedroom and your mom isn't happy, she will say like, "Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce micmac?" So what's this micmac? And
Oh,
so
okay.
basically,
I
it's a
love it.
mess. So it will be a mess. And since when I started the band, I didn't know, the style it would be, or I just needed to compose music and so on. I said like, yeah, micmac. It doesn't suggest any genre, so let's go with that. And
I like
yeah,
it. So you could do any different kind of genre you want. Exactly. Put it there. Yes.
I mean,
So
it's become metal anyway. Like
I,
it doesn't come as a
yes,
surprise to me. But since it was after music school and I was confused, as you are after music school, I it wasn't 100% sure that it will be like, yeah, heavy
um,
hitting metal.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, I that's my that's I love all different kind of genres, but rock and roll is it. It was is just perfect for me. It's wonderful. So tell us, like, what made you become a musician? We can go back and tell us when you became and what made you decide this is what you want to do.
I don't think you decide. At least I feel like I didn't have a choice. That's
Okay.
just because I'm born in a family of, I mean, where music is important because my parents they build musical instruments, but in the classical world.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So they build violins, violas, cellos, and so I was
Nice.
born with a violin in my hands. I started with when I was 3, so I
Oh,
don't see myself asking to my mother if I could learn the violin at 3. I think that's more of a let's put whatever we have at hand
and then
in
try
his
it.
hands and see what happens. Then after that, I played the cello, and then I discovered AC/DC and Metallica. And so with AC/DC and Metallica, that was the yeah. I need to play what they are playing. So that's when I switched from classical to more rock thing, and
More of a rock.
yeah. And I mean, I didn't even choose the guitar then. I chose the drums. They say no. They said no in a very agile way. They sent me to my bass player uncle, who convinced me to
Okay.
play bass. And in the end, they bought me a guitar. So that's how I became a guitar player. So,
Nice.
yeah, I
Very
mean, and
cool.
then and then it's sort of like I've always liked composing. So once I had a guitar, it was like, oh yeah, yeah, cool. I can do like Satisfaction, and I can do this. The first riffs that you learn. I got very hooked on composing, even when you get your first chords and so on. And then it's sort of been like, yeah, we have to do this for real because it's just so great.
It's just who you are, and you've learned it at a very young age. And this is not what you decided to do. This is what you became. This is who
Yeah,
you are. I love it. I love that. Very cool. So, how many people are in the band? I know I see the other guy, and what is his name? I forget.
Ule. So right
Ole.
now, MikhMakh is strange, but I'm okay with that. I want it to be a band, and it has a band identity, but I'm handling everything. And from the
Oh,
first iteration of the band, I am the only original member. So when we play live, I always need a bass player and a drummer. So
wow.
the drummer that's
Mhm.
playing live with me right now and for the past year or so is Olle Sohlberg. So he's Swede, as Swede as Swedish as it gets.
Oh, sweet as can be.
And then
Yes.
yeah, and then on bass, it's been more variable. So we've had a Brazilian guy, we've had my wife helping out, and right now we don't have like a how do you say official bass player member, but all of this is for playing MikhMakh live, because when it comes to the recording, I am recording everything but the. And so for that, I have a drummer friend, Yogev Gabai, who's recording the drums. And then, that's what you hear is um, me playing all the instruments, Yogev Gabai playing the drums, and then mixed by a tip-top guy and mastered by another tip-top guy. So yeah, it's,
Awesome. I love it. And all together, it all comes out in a beautiful blend of MikhMakh.
yeah.
I love it. So cool, so cool. So, do you have any what do you call it, like festivals that you play, or any type of tours, or you're traveling, doing any kind of thing like that?
Oh, absolutely. We love touring. We played a festival in Germany. It was last summer, but we are working on getting action. I mean, the sooner the better. We have a tour in the works for October in Europe, and more things in the works for 2026. So next year. I would love for it to be sooner, but everything has to be booked super in advance. And Flash Sale has had sort of how do you say delayed blossom. It's like we released it, and then it's slowly like some songs got noticed and so on. So
Okay.
it's been more. I mean, it's been easier to sort of convince people that we can play and that the music deserves a bit of time after a few months of from the release than like before everything.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's why I'm hoping for 2026. There's stuff in the works for sure.
Awesome. I cannot wait. So you have a new album out.
Yeah, it's called Flash Sale. It's our
Flash
third
sale.
album,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my
So,
favorite album from MikhMakh.
oh, okay. How many albums do you have out total, or is this just the major one? I forget.
We've released 3 albums so far.
Three. Okay.
Groovy Wonderland in 2018. That was right after music school, the confusing and confused time I told about when talking about the MikhMakh name.
Yes.
Then Sunrise in 2021, and Flash Sale that just released last year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have that video, but it's not like a long video. It's not stretched to fit the screen. So I'm going to shift us to the side if I can,
Yes.
and play that video. All right. So here it is. I know I put it in here. Yep. It's the Flash Sale original. All right.
Seeking your attention everywhere you go. There is no exception, it is out of your control. Anywhere you look, waiting to be seen. Another catchy hook, or something more obscene. It has become ordinary mass consumption. I cannot fail by any means necessary. Yet another flash sale. You know this is what you will pay. Come on, honey, don't be shy. The solution, don't ask why. Got together till you die. Opening your inbox, promotions overflow. Need some online detox. Now watch your business grow. Currently feeling down, want something nice. Spend your cash in your town at half the price. Satisfaction guaranteed. not so long ago. People had control. They would sit and argue for hours long. Your reason had to be strong. Well, here's a bit of wisdom for you, little guy, that many of these people used to say. Whenever you feel the urge to buy, give it one more day. You don't need this, but you will buy. Come on, honey, don't be shy. The solution, don't ask why. Got you covered till you die.
Awesome. All right, let's get us back to the other side.
Yes.
There we go. Oops, that's too close. There you go. That's much better. That's an amazing song. You want to tell us about, the writing process. Tell us how that came about. What do how you put it together?
Well, thank you. And I mean, quick anecdote about this music video. It's actually my wife recording on a phone.
Nice.
Because we felt it was like a funny idea to do the music video of a song that's criticizing like mass consumption and this whole being constantly bombarded with promotion and this sort of stuff. Not the good kind that you do. It's more of a flash sale about this, buy that, buy that. To do that in a mall. So yeah, that was really
Yeah, I
funny
like that.
to
Yes.
do, and it was really surprising. Maybe it's a Swedish thing, but it's like I have had people asking me if it was a green screen, because most people just walk by and they don't even look at us. But it's just, I don't know. It's a Swedish
Oh.
thing. They thought we were weird and didn't interact.
They didn't
yeah,
stand around or like watch. They just kept going about their
we-
business and everything is
we were expecting to have way more people just standing there and then asking questions like, "Oh yeah, what are you doing?" and so on. But no,
right.
most people just walk by. But yeah, so that was a cool.
I would have been there. I would have been standing there. I've been like, oh look, I've been
Yeah,
really
but I
on.
wouldn't. I mean, I was prepared for that. It would have been cool anyway. But I mean, it looks great to just have people. It's more artistic.
Yes.
It's like no one sees the artist, and the system keeps on going. So I like I like the way it turned out. But yeah, basically, Flash Sale was born of me being how to say, completely overloaded with promotional emails during. Maybe it was Black Friday 2022 or something like that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I opened my inbox and there was way too many emails. Oh yeah, buy these 90% off, and for some reason I felt it was like very violent. Not in the sense that, of course, no one died, but it's like very capital letters, and it turned out to be like such a massive thing that I said, okay, I need to, like, all this energy, I need to put it into something. And for
There
me,
you
it's usually, let's write a song. So yeah, Flash Tale was born of that, and
I like
obviously
it.
we are in a capitalist system and have been for a while, but
Honestly.
it's full of flaws that we see now, and I wouldn't mind just it's not super extreme what I say. It's just if you get the urge to buy something, maybe just to wait a bit. There's a bit too much of, oh, I need this and I buy it. It's like, no,
Right.
just relax a bit and see if you still need it tomorrow. And
Exactly.
that for a little while, and then if you really need, just go ahead. It's okay, but don't be constantly, burdening
Yes.
yourself with things you don't need.
Exactly. Like, do you really have to have that? Or are you just going crazy because, oh my God, it's on sale? Flash. Yeah. Yep. So cool. I love it. But I do love the background because it's like it's well lit. It's nice. You have all the surroundings, and that's really cool. What was the mall called? What was it?
It's the main mall in the center of Gothenburg called
Oh,
Nordstrand.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Very cool.
yeah, but it's a beautiful place, obviously, because I mean it's the heart of the city, and when it gets cold, it's where you go to be warm and with lights
That's
and so on.
true.
But it's a
Yeah.
cool place to film it.
Nice. It is. It's a nice background. So, so you said you have some festivals planned, or you're traveling to different places to
Yeah,
play.
the tour we are planning on in October. It's booked. It's just that it's not official yet, but it will be in Europe.
Okay.
We are trying to. It's mostly Central Europe, but we're trying to sort of gather as many cities as possible around the ones that we already have. And regarding the festivals, they book so much in advance that that's when I was talking about trying to book action for 2026.
Oh,
That's
nice.
um, that's because of the festival. So it's we are currently working on it.
Awesome. Awesome. So in Sweden, is the weather there always nice, or do you have your moments of winter where it gets cold? Do you have snow? I don't know.
So where I come from, Marseille, southeast of France, there it's always sunny.
Okay.
Way too much. It's very dry, and that's why nothing really nothing really survives there besides
Um,
football. So,
see.
um, but here we have seasons, and
Okay.
I like it. I like that it gets cold in the winter.
Hmm.
I get hot very easily in the sense that I'm a sweaty guy, so
Yes.
I don't mind the -15. But
Me too. Yeah.
I've always struggled with the, I mean, -15 in Celsius.
Yes.
Um, but I've always struggled with the 30, 40 plus in Marseille and Madrid and this sort of stuff. So yeah, the weather for me, the weather is perfect here. Most immigrants will tell you that Sweden is great, but the weather is so bad. I disagree.
Oh, but it's perfect. It's just perfect for you.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Very cool. Very cool. Now I have some merch. I wanted to show. I know I posted it in here. Yes. I love this design. This here.
Oh, thank you.
That's You're welcome. That's so cool. I love that one. Let me see if I don't know if I have the same one. Yep, that's the same one. And then let me see. We have you that's your Redline Music Agency. I know it's not a
Yeah,
merch
the
thing,
booking
but
agency. They are the ones taking care of the tour and hopefully more tours coming also.
awesome. Very cool. Good shout out to them. Red Lion Music. Way to go. And let me see. I think it's all. I thought I had more. Oh, what did I do? No, it's up here. It's up here. I got it. And then we have the shirts here,
Yes.
and a mug, coffee mug. You gotta have your coffee. And I thought I had your commercial, but I don't think I put it in here. But I love that you had a nice little commercial there with that. And
Yeah, starring Lisa. So Lisa, besides filming the flash sale music video, she's also the one responsible for all the artwork around
oh,
MikhMakh. So
sweet.
the artwork for the three albums, but the designs you just showed for the
Oh, the
T-shirts and
cat.
the mug and everything. She's the one responsible for that.
Nice. It
Um,
looks like a
that
cat.
one was her idea
I like it.
because
It's
our logo is a cat. I like cats.
I love it.
Um,
Yes.
I like sharks too, but if you put a shark, then you become like surf rock or something.
Yeah, then it
So,
sounds like it's throwing off a different vibe. Yeah. Hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah.
so cat will do. I
Mhm.
get inspired a lot by the madness of my own cat, so that's why she
Oh,
deserves to
cool.
be the logo of the band.
There you go. She rules.
Yes.
Absolutely. Very, very cool. And then you have where you can get your merch is I know I made a copy of this. You're
Yes,
online
it's
with
the wonderful gear for bands, which I feel it's like a very cool initiative in the sense that like it's a hub that takes care of like how do you say sourcing but also hosting like a web shop and everything, which would
oh
be a lot to take care of if it was just one band. But because they are doing that for a bunch of bands, like everyone needs the same. Yeah, we need t-shirts, we need this, we need that, and so having them host our web store, but also other people is really cool. And besides that, Elin, the woman that I talked to and who's taking care of that, she loves music and she's like super passionate about merch and everything. So yeah, it's just a cool fit, I feel.
Very cool. Very cool. I got to get me one of those t-shirts. I will definitely display that around. I'm the promoting person. I love to show off good music, new music around me. Music is my passion, so I love to promote. That's what I do. So definitely, I got to get me a shirt, and I'll go to there and order one.
Yes, and because I mean the good advantage of this sort of stuff, if it was only MikhMakh, so us doing our merch, it would be way more complicated to sell to the US. But because it's such a like bigger thing than just us, then they
Right.
have like the European store and the American store, which
Oh,
is tip top.
very cool. So they're huge in their brand of making multi of different for different bands. Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Let me see. What is this one right here? Okay, and that's your new album. That's what it looks like
Exactly.
here. The new album is out. Definitely got to get that. Now, excuse me, do you have it on CD or
I
I
have.
know a lot of
Yes,
the vinyls are coming back. Is it on vinyl as well?
it's on CD.
On
On
CD.
CD
Okay.
on Bandcamp. Um,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. It's funny because I've always stuck with CD when nothing was selling, and now that vinyl is trendy and so on, I still stick with CD because to me, like I grew up with that, and it
Yes.
sounds great. If you have the physical thing, you can still admire Lisa's wonderful artwork, but you can
Yes.
listen to it. Like,
Yes,
um,
absolutely.
I like the idea of vinyl. I think it's super cool. I almost bought a copy of Killing the Dragon by Dio on
Yes.
vinyl because I love that album and I would just want to like hang it on the wall. But
Oh,
um, but I prefer to have both, like have the decoration but also the music that's inside, and it's easier to listen to CD.
absolutely. And it's smaller, you compact, you take it
Yeah.
everywhere you go, play it. And some cars have it where I know they're starting to do away with the compacts and the CDs and the tape. I'm fortunate enough to have the CD and the cassette. That cassette, I love
Yes.
it. I know they don't make them anymore, but damn, you still have it, play it. Remember the H
Absolutely.
tracks? Shoo. Remember those? But it's easier to play the CD. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to jump right now into another song. And this one is my favorite. I love the beginning of it. It's just so cool. It's called Do It Now. Here it is. MikhMakh, Do It Now.
If you wanna do it, you can do it now. If you wanna do it, do it now. Don't know how, not even sure of why. Full of uncertainty, but still you gotta try.
Yes, I love this one. All right. I love that. It's peppy, it's bouncy, it makes you want to dance. And if you want to do it, you can do it now. I love that. I love that.
Yes.
How did you come up with that? That's so cool. I love it.
Well, I mean, it's Lisa's favorite song. I have to say it.
See, it's a
My wife's
Lisa
favorite
thing.
song. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And we start the shows. We start with "Do It Now" because instead of doing the whole "Rah, what's up," I feel it's really cool and quite special to start just with the vocals. And
Yes.
if you want to do it, you can do it now, and then puff.
Yes.
I really like it, and live it's very dancy, and it shows that metal doesn't have to be dark and evil. It can also
Right.
be very danceable, and so I like evil stuff as long as it's just it's not sincerely evil. but
Right.
but yeah,
It's just
I'm
the
a
image.
bright guy, and I like that. And do it now was born of. I mean, it was inspired by a friend. She's very into overthinking and having like a lot of ideas and never going ahead with them because but maybe and
Right.
my wife and I, we've done a lot of entrepreneurial ventures since for the past almost 10 years. And the thing is, you are never sure. You have to accept that you are going into the unknown. There's
Yes.
always something that you won't be able to prepare for. So the only way of advancing is just going through that. And even if you venture into something that in the end is not successful, that usually teaches you something. And after that, you have other ideas that are, I would say, more likely to succeed. It's like, oh, I've
Yes.
tried these, but doing these felt wrong. But of all of these that felt wrong, these felt right. So
Yes.
let's focus on these, and maybe if we expand it, and that way you're sort of, finding your own path in that way. So I'm a big advocate of doing and finding on the way.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely amazing. So cool. If you want to do it now. Love it. It's my favorite. So yeah, I'm gonna ask Alexa later if she can pull that up and blast it everywhere.
Yes, thank you so much.
Play it in my car. It's a get you going kind of song. So
Yeah,
that's a perfect song to start the
I have a very good friend from Italy who said that it's the perfect song to start the day.
It
It's like,
is.
oh
It
yeah,
is.
okay,
Yes.
let's go.
It's a go-to song. Yes. I love it. I just love it. And you're just amazing. You're super cool. I'm glad you're here on Front Row Promotions. Thank you so much. And also wanted to do a shout out to, is it Blind Management for sending you my way?
Yeah, it's blindfolded. Sorry.
That's
Um,
right. I'm sorry.
no,
Blindfolded Management.
yeah. I mean, it's basically they are taking care of Osukaru, a band. So the connection we have together, I got to know you thanks to Oz O. Peterson, guitar player
Yes.
and leader of the band Osukaru. That's a melodic rock band where I play lead guitar, and I've been doing so for the past 2 years or so.
Awesome. Very cool. Let me put my air back on. It's a little warm in here. It might be raining outside, but it's warm in here. See the sunshine. You see it? Sunshine.
Yes.
So when you go on stage, be like before you go on stage, is there anything you do, any warm-ups or any kind of group thing that you do before you go on stage?
I do. I usually have the guitar way too early because I like having the guitar and just noodle around because I feel great with the guitar. It's been so long that I feel like it's weird not having a guitar sometimes. So
Yes.
I'm warming up my fingers. I'm warming up the voice also, doing all sorts of fancy exercise that are super unsexy, but it
Yes.
looks a little bit like this sort of stuff
Yes, I
with
got
the
you.
scales and so on, so that it feels okay. I'm no opera singer, but you're looser when you get on stage. And then I'm very, very calm, which is always surprising to people who don't know me. I mean, who haven't played with me but know me in personal life, because I'm a very active and enthusiastic guy. But before going on stage, I'm super calm. And
That's good.
I don't know exactly why, but I'm not really all that stressed. It almost feels like it's, you're, how to say, reserving your energy for when you're on stage, and sort of to give it to the audience. It's always been
Yes.
like that. I always explode when I'm on stage, in the sense that I'm not the most woo type of guy, but
Yeah,
I'm very, very happy to be there. and
that's
um,
good.
and I always give 100%, because that's like, when we talked about choosing to be a musician or not. At first, I was heading in the sound engineering zone, so being a technician, and I did a
Yes.
bunch of, like, I did a degree on that, and it went great and so on. And then I met a guy visiting, like, big school, very well known in France,
Yes.
and he sort of showed me around and said, if you feel, if you feel this thing on your core, that when you are behind the desk, it's your place. And it was very fascinating, because he was describing everything that he was feeling, and the way he felt, and the way he chose his own path, where he was, yeah, 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 this is where I belong. And I wasn't feeling anything, but it reminded me of whenever I'm on stage. So
Right.
from the first time, the first show I played at 14, to last weekend, where I played two shows with another melodic rock band called Captain Blackbeard, from here from Sweden.
Okay.
It's always like this feeling of, yes, this is where I belong. And Lisa, she feels it's super funny, because I play better and I overthink way less and so on when I'm on stage. So
Oh.
she thinks that I'm wired the opposite way. So, because
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, when there's consequence and you cannot redo and this sort of stuff, when I'm super relaxed and it's perfect. And it's when I'm at home and I could do however many takes, that I'm always struggling. So yeah, stage
Oh,
is really where I belong.
that's good. That's your feeling. That's your passion. That's where you. It's your niche. That's what you do. It's what you belong. I love that. That's super cool. So so cool. So yes. So I have a next question. Is like, what's that feeling being on the stage? Since you're talking about what you do before the stage, what's that feeling like? Oh, you said you're feeling calm, but what's that feeling like when they're singing along with your songs, and that feeling, that energy? How's that feel to you being up there?
I'm very amused. I really like it, because at the stage where MikhMakh is, we
Mm-hmm.
are fighting for people to come along and sort of have a good time.
Yes.
Um, and so for me, I don't go there with entitlement whatsoever. I'm just thankful that I'm there, and I'm
Yes.
happy that people show up. And then
Oh,
once we're on stage, it's more like, okay, we're gonna have a good time. Just let me guide you. And so
yes.
it's a very cool balance of playing serious music with some form of message, and hopefully inspire people and so on, but at the same time not taking yourself too seriously, and showing that we're here to enjoy the fact that we are alive at the same time, and that we
Yes.
love music. So yeah, that's the feeling. I always talk about this anecdote, because I'm also a session musician. So as I was playing these two shows with the other band, I've also played as bass player with other bands. And so I've been as bass player in bands where I'm not at all the point of focus. And as cocky as it may sound, that's not where I feel the most comfortable. I like sort of to give my point of view of what music should be. I like playing heavy music, but with a big smile.
Yes.
I like this sort of stuff, and it's a very rewarding feeling when, even though you're not the point of focus, like on stage, I sort of, I have to I have to connect with the people. So whenever the
Yes.
singer was going sort of deeper on the stage, because it's an instrumental part, I would just replace him, and play like in front of everybody, to sort of get the energy and show that this is so cool. then go back so that I can sing my backing vocals and so on. And in that set, I had one bass intro, bass solo type of thing, and everyone started clapping. So that moment where it's like, yes, you got it. It's like, we've been doing this for however many 40 minutes or so, where I'm going there, I'm like, yeah, come on, this is so cool. And then to see that everyone is reacting without you even showing, oh, now it's time to do this and that, to me it's very, very emotional. And I like this form of, I will give you everything, just come along.
That's true. That's good. You get a good feeling when you're there, when you're around people and they're giving the energy and you're feeling it. You're giving your energy to them, and it's a full family of expressing good feelings with each other for music. I love it. Very, very cool. So what's one word that describes you as a musician? If you could just pick one word, what would that be about you for being a musician?
Composer.
Composer. Okay. I like it.
That's the only thing that, right? I get emotional. No, it's
Oh.
no, it's I mean, the first word that came was happy, because I'm very,
Yes.
very happy of doing what I do. But I would say that there's musicians that are way more technical than I am. Maybe musicians that know more instruments than I do. I sing, I play guitar and play bass, but there's people who know keyboards and whatever. Yeah, I would say that the thing that I can do and that not everybody can is compose music that I feel is decent. So I like doing these sort of interviews also, because I don't really listen to my own music. So it's cool to sort of, you get shown your own music, and it's like, okay, do I still dig this thing? And
Oh,
with Flash
okay.
Sale, so with the new album, it's been like that. Every time I listen to the songs again, I'm like, yeah. The production by Jonathan Kosov is great. The mastering by Tony Lindgren. It's like the production is great. The composing and the songwriting and everything. So yeah, it's the first album where I feel like, yes, I still dig it, even though I did it a while ago and so on. So yeah, I would say composing is the thing that I do that maybe not everyone does.
Right. Absolutely. And you do a wonderful job at it. You're just amazes me. I'm so glad I found you. Or you found me. We found each other so I can interview you. This is so cool. You're an amazing guy. Very cool. And your music is wonderful. I like I said, it was hard to pick which one was my favorite, but it's that Do It Now song. That's my go-to song now. Yes. So I'm going to play another song, if that's good. And my mouse don't want to move here. Hang on. Okay, so we're going to do the Intellectual Doom.
Yes.
Sound good? Here we go. MikhMakh.
Offensive now, borderline racist now, needs to be inclusive, but this shouldn't make you bow. Critical thinking just left the room, heading towards intellectual doom. Got no clue, got no clue, but I do believe it's true. I need no proof, I need no clue, 'cause I got a feeling. Got no proof, got no clue, but I do believe it's true.
That is awesome. So tell me about that song. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, and it's also a very misunderstood song, but basically it describes the fact that it's complicated to navigate the world as a creative because you're always stepping on someone else's toes, and I don't feel we are in the most nuanced of times. So whether it's on one side or the other, there's always like a very big reaction, and it's usually just throwing you away. So
Yes.
that's what we tried to represent with the whole going, crawling on the floor while getting hit and so on. It feels like, you know, something that you have to endure to move forward. So
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully we go towards more discussion and less fighting. But I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe I'm too optimistic.
Yes. No, I'm a glass always full. It's got to be positive. I look for the positive more so than the negative. So yes, I'm going to keep it on the positive note. Yes. That's also, keep it happy, keep it strong, keep it simple, yes. Very, very cool. No, I asked you that one. What's what's the feeling? What do you like most about being a musician over everything, overall? Just if you could just describe what's that feeling that you like the most about being a musician.
So there's a few things. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be sneaky, and I cannot give one thing, but
That's
there's a
fine. You don't
sense
have
of
to.
purpose.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sense of sharing, and there's a thrill to create. So the sense of purpose is that when you have music, you never wonder what you will do tomorrow. You will just create music because you have that ability of doing so, and it feels so great when you achieve it. So it's more of a, that's obvious that that's the goal, and so the work is just to take away as much interference as you can from the world to focus on that purpose.
Yes.
Sharing is the side that you do on stage. For me, that's beautiful. It's a communion, and I really value that. And obviously, the creative aspect is in both these two aspects. You can be creative on stage, and you're obviously creative when you are composing. So
Yes.
yeah, I mean, it's serving something that's bigger than you and that's giving you more than you can even control.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very cool. I like it. What advice would you give to someone just starting out in the music world, in the music field?
Who would want to, like, just starting out an instrument, or who would want to do this
Who,
as a profession?
right. Like who want, like if they're starting out with a band and um they want to get started with like going to venues and different things like that. And what advice would you give them, that like what you've been through and what you know, what would you tell them to do or how to go about it?
So everyone says do it because you love it,
Yes.
and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do it because you love it, you won't survive, because
Yes.
the music industry is built that way. It's
Yeah.
hard enough so that if you don't have the passion and the endurance, you will disappear.
Yeah.
That being said, and because I don't feel I'm any form of authority, I would say that Dio said it best. He said that make sure that you have the talent, because not everybody has it. So make sure that you have what it takes. And once you're sure of it, give it everything.
Yes.
And I feel that's the way to do it. Once you're sure that what you have is valuable and worthwhile, then there's no plan B. Just go full in.
Just go for it. Yeah. Absolutely. Follow your path, follow your dreams, follow your heart, and go forward. I like that. Very cool. Very cool. At this time, do you want to have any shout outs that you would like to shout out to anybody?
I mean, I need to shout out to a lot of people, but like Lisa Mikhtarian, she is my wife and she takes care of all the artwork, as I said, but she paints also wonderful guitars. So I'm going to show you my favorite guitar,
Yes, let me see.
which is this one.
That's cool. That's in that other video. Let me see.
Yeah, tap water.
That
that
one.
you talked
Yes,
about.
I love it.
Yeah, so this is my favorite guitar, but it has 6 strings. So that's the only downside with this guitar, is that it doesn't have enough strings for most MikhMakh songs.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but yeah, this one
Mhm.
was my favorite guitar before Lisa painted on it. Now that Lisa has painted on it, it's insanely valuable. And I like sharks, so I
She's
asked
awesome. Yeah, I
I
love
asked
her
for a Happy
artwork.
Shark. She does a lot of very, how do you say, Viking inspired and
Yes.
like super tough
Yes.
things, but I get the cute designs and I like it. It's sort of,
I love
it's a
it. Yes.
balance. She has so many so many clients that want, oh, I want something manly, and yeah, of course you want something badass and so on. But yeah, I like, cute is the new badass.
That's good. That's good. I love it. Now, how many guitars do you have?
Not that many, because I'm a one guitar guy,
Good.
which means that so obviously, when I say I'm a one guitar guy, I have my main guitar for each project,
Hmm.
and then I have a backup. But so the guitar I just showed you is the one that I bring to whatever session gig. I like, whenever I can play 6 string, I bring that one because it's my favorite. That being said, I have 6 string for Osukaru, so this one uh, that Lisa has also painted on,
Oh,
and
sweet. Look at that.
it's
Wow.
super cool, and I feel it has this 80s vibe. So for
Yeah.
Osukaru, it's cool.
It looks like it
Um,
would glow in the dark. It looked like it would be. Does it
yeah,
glow in the dark?
it doesn't glow in the dark, but it's very shiny and it has glitter on it.
Glitter. Yes, I love glitter. That is so cool.
then
She's
uh, then
amazing.
then I
What she
have the
does.
MikhMakh guitar,
The
the
MikhMakh
one that you've seen. Oh, look,
color.
it's
No?
so shiny you can see yourself. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's cool.
so
I
I have
love that.
that guitar,
Yeah.
and I have a backup 7 string for that one, and I have
Wow.
my first ever guitar, the one that I started on,
Yes.
that right now is at my guitar tech's place.
Oh,
hopefully
okay.
to be, reset up and maybe saved or something. But I don't use it. It's just that it's there, and let's see if I can still use it. And of course, I have a massive bass. So this is the biggest bass you can. It's like
Wow,
the neck
that
is
it looks
very long.
heavy. Yeah.
It's okay
Wow.
actually. It's well built and so on. But for the tuning I'm in, so drop A for the 7 string, you need a long neck for that
Oh,
low A
okay.
to not be like you need it tight. So
Yes.
yeah, and I don't even own an acoustic guitar. When I play acoustic guitar, I play Lisa's first acoustic guitar, and that
Yes.
is also Lisa's electric guitar. So now she's way more into bass, and she's a magnificent bass player.
Oh, that is so cool.
Thing because she's more of a whatever everything I described about playing live, she doesn't feel
Yes.
it. So she likes playing music. She likes playing. We play together and so on. She doesn't enjoy the fact that everyone is watching and listening to everything.
Oh, okay. She
But
just likes to
yeah,
play
so
on the side. Yeah.
maybe at this point she owns more instruments than I do because of the
Oh,
whole her company. Like she has a company. How to say, her professional endeavor is
oh,
to
okay.
paint instruments for people and also buy instruments that she paints and sells back. So it's very cool.
Very cool. Very nice. I love that. Yes. So does she sing as well?
She does very good.
Oh, I'd love to hear her too. If you have any kind of recordings, you can always send it to me if you
We
want, like
do it
email.
because we sing together a lot, and
Oh,
I've always thought we've done when we were in France, and I was doing a lot of acoustic gigs with her
yes.
guitar. she, she used to come on stage and do a couple of songs, but she doesn't enjoy it all that much. But we've done a YouTube series, but it was during the pandemic when she was starting out as a bass player. We
Yeah.
felt like, oh, we could do this, like learn one song in 1 hour, then we play it together. And because I have way more experience on the guitar than she has on the bass, it's like
Yes.
we count all my mistakes. So there's like a very big annoying and a red light when I hit the wrong note. And it was
Yeah.
sort of let's do this thing together. And now she's been playing for 4 years or something. She's super good at the bass. So I'm very
Awesome.
proud of her.
Awesome. I gotta hear her. I gotta hear both of you
But
singing together.
that's what I meant. I'm doing more videos, at least trying to do more videos, short things like YouTube shorts and Instagram and this sort of stuff. I'm the worst at it because I'm very good at just taking away interference and focusing on composing. But I also realize that I'm a bit too much of how to say, perfectionist, and because I want it to be perfect and whatever, I haven't been sharing all that much. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to do more off the cuff. And what you saw about the MikhMakh mug is just
Yes.
a joke that when I was talking with Alien from Gear for Bands,
Yes.
I said, "Oh yeah, I like the design of the MikhMakh mug," and I felt like, "Oh, MikhMakh mug, it's catchy and so on." And I thought of it again when Lisa was bringing me a cup of tea on the MikhMakh mug,
I
and so I
like
felt
that.
like I have to compose a little song, super short, around that. And yeah, I enjoy this sort of stuff, and hopefully, I will have Lisa singing with me at some point in these little short videos on Instagram.
I would love to see that. That would be so cool. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna watch.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, at this time, I'd like to play one more video, and then after that, I will let you go because I know you have probably a lot more composing and things to do and making some more videos and singing with Lisa so I can see. I love it. I'm going to play. Where is it? There it is, Tap Water. Since we were talking about the guitar, we got to see it in action. Here it is. MikhMakh Tap Water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's like mesmerizing. I could just, wow, I'm following every note, and I'm like, wow.
Thank you so
So
much. It's
cool.
funny because that song, again, this is very interesting because, as I said, I never listen to my music once it's out.
Oh,
So I did
yeah.
I did know how it aged and so on. But I'm happy. I'm satisfied because this song was inspired obviously because by Lisa's artwork on the guitar, because I
Yes.
felt like, yes, I need to show it to the world. She's done such a great job painting on that guitar, so I needed
Absolutely.
to show it. And I'm a musician, so I only know how to like when I
That's right.
show, I have to show with music. And at the same time, I was learning tapping. I mean, I always do tapping. I've done it for a long time. But a friend of mine, Magnus Olsson, he's released like a tapping course, a very extensive thing, like 10 episodes or something on the Ibanez channel. And
Okay.
at the beginning, I was like, oh, quite how to say? At the beginning, I was a little bit skeptical because
Yes.
I felt like, okay, what more is there to tapping besides the tibiru, tibiru, tibiru? And
Right.
I sort of dove right in, and it was full of knowledge. And so combining the two, like whenever I learn something, I need to apply it, and I
Yes.
needed music to show Big Fish. That's the name of the artwork to the world. So it was like, okay, win-win situation. Let's apply what you've learned into a song. So at the beginning, I was afraid it would be a bit too much of how to say. We call it an exercise music, in the
Yes.
sense that it doesn't sound all that catchy because there's a lot of licks and so on. But I feel it's quite okay.
Mhm. I love it. It sounds so cool. I like how the video, like one part of it went down, and then you're playing this part and that part. That's perfect. I love it. Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. I am just so wow on everything I'm learning today. And meeting with you. It's been a pleasure to have you here on Front Row Promotions.
The pleasure is
And
mine. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. And at this point, you can put any of your shout out, and you did shout outs. I meant like where we can find you, where people want to see your
Sure, sure,
work
sure.
and what you do, and if
Well,
they want
first
to
of all, if you're curious to check MikhMakh out and listen, we are so MIKH and MAKH is right here. You can check
yes,
it out in any streaming platform whatsoever. If you like what you hear, you can obviously buy the CD on Bandcamp, or if T-shirts and mugs and this sort of stuff, it's more of your thing to support both MikhMakh but also the whole Gear for Bands community. Then you can go to Gear for Bands, and there's a MikhMakh site, and there's other great bands there that you can check out. And obviously, the thing that's super free and very easy to do is follow us on social media. So whether Antoine Mikhtarian or MikhMakh on YouTube, it's the same place, and it works fine.
absolutely,
And then Instagram, Facebook, you will find us.
yeah, that's right. Just type in MikhMakh, and there you go. Absolutely. Well, Antoine, it's been a pleasure, and I'm so happy that you came here to do this interview with me. So cool. I just I'm gonna replay this tonight because usually I have interviews on my nighttime interview as well, and I don't have anyone on that slot tonight because they had to cancel. So I'm going to replay this interview later
Awesome.
so everybody gets this. Yes.
That's
So
lovely. Thank
I
you
want
so
to
much.
make sure. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I want you to have a beautiful and blessed day. And you and Lisa continue making that music and that art. You're both artists in a beautiful way. I love it. I love all you do. And you are more than welcome to come back anytime you have something new you want to promote. Anytime. And also, I want you to, whoops, I'm scanning too far here. I want you to post anything you want on my page. I have 2 pages. Feel free to post everything and anything to put your music out there. That's what I'm here for. I love to
I will do.
promote. And
Thank you so much. That's lovely.
you're welcome. Support live music, music in the making, music everywhere. You have been watching Front Row Promotions with Lisa Melchert and Antoine
Mikhtarian.
Mikhtarian. There we go. Yes. All right. And come back soon. Thank you so much. Bye now.
Bye bye.
Mm. All right. And see y'all later.
If you wanna do it, you can do it now. If you wanna do it,